The NeuroDADverse podcast is produced by Squid Shack Studios.
Hey, I'm Ben.
And I'm Dan.
We're both fathers,
We're both married.
and we're both raising kids with diagnosed neurodiverse conditions.
Parenting is tough, and we're not saying it's harder for us, just different.
And sometimes that different can be hard to explain.
That's why we've created the NeuroDADverse, a weekly show where we share our wins, our challenges, and all the neurosparkly and neurospicy bits in between.
Our hope is to create a safe space for parents to share their own highs and lows of neurodiverse parenting. And just to remind you of three things.
You're doing great,
You are enough.
and you're definitely not alone.
So welcome to the NeuroDADverse. Yes, hello there. It's the podcast for, about, and definitely by parents of neurodivergent children. It is the NeuroDADverse. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new, welcome, welcome for the first time. If you're returning, welcome, welcome back. If you can't remember if you've heard us before, that's absolutely fine. It's all good for us. This is where Dan and I, both parents of neurodivergent children, share our wins and challenge of the week, what it's like to parent those individuals. Yeah. Hello, Dan. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening, Ben. Yes. It's another night pod.
Right. It's we fit the pod in around the life. Cool. So the first week back of school for both of us, right?
Yep.
Cool. Let's hear it summed up in 3 words for you.
So my week in 3 words, I've gone for outs, stroll, vest.
Just to clarify, vest with a V or
V.
fest with an F?
No, vest. As
Bit too
in
early
item
for-
of clothing.
Bit too early for festivals. Interesting. I've gone for confidence, respect, and shadows.
Oh, okay.
What
That sounded
kind of
very
stuff?
schooly at the beginning there. Shadow's not particularly schooly, so okay. Shadows.
Well, let's see. Yeah, I've imagine these are our core values: confidence, respect, and shadows. What was other than the return back to school? What was your week? What did your week contain?
So my week this week it's been a strange one in the sense that there's been nothing Frankie focused. It's just been full week of school for him, but pretty much every night of the week bar one, me or Amy were out. So there's a lot of solo parenting after school.
Okay.
But he seems to get on with it. And we went to the gym at the weekend and I was out again for a day, then Amy was out again for a day. So he's had
Okay.
pretty much 50-50 solo parenting this week.
Cool. Sounds good.
So lots has happened, but not a lot necessarily
Yeah.
to do with the podcast
Yeah.
content, as it were. So
Yeah, that's fine. We had the end weekend of the week. We had my mum's birthday. School for the kids. Mabel had some football. So yeah, I think just getting back into the swing of things for us. And other than my mum's birthday, it wasn't anything huge to overcome. Which does beg the question: what was challenging about your week? And I did have a thought actually about the pod when I was driving from work. I thought, what happens when either of us don't really find that we've had a challenge? There's been a couple of weeks like that where we've been scrabbling around going, I'm not this week seemed to be okay. But
we did have, I think we had a week where we both agreed we didn't have a challenge. I've definitely had a couple of weeks where I've not had a particular challenge. I did have, I have got a challenge this week. But again, it's kind of might be linked to my win. So, I feel like a bit of a broken record the last few weeks.
if that broken record is, I've got a bit of a challenge, but it's mainly a win. I'll listen to that record over and over and over again, Dan. Go on, take me through it. What was the challenge of your week?
What was the best challenge of your week? That's what I was about to say. So the little challenge of my week is I've noticed that Frankie's chin hitting stim is getting a bit more violent and slightly more often, which is a bit frustrating to see. I just have to say,
he
don't do
takes
that.
something and hits
Or his
it
face,
to-
or his hand, and just does this repeatedly on his chin. And I just feel like, one maybe bruised his chin, but more just his bottom row of teeth. Like, we had to give him medicine last week. I think it was last week's pod. I just felt like he had toothache, and I'm like, I'm not surprised if he keeps beating your face with, but you can't necessarily stop him. Sometimes when he's right next to me, I'll grab his hand and be like, you don't do that. But so that's just getting a little bit like he is happy to do that more and more, so it's becoming more frequent. So that's a bit of a constant sort of emotional challenge. The main challenge, which again is on the up, is my mornings are just not really winning in the mornings. I win after school, but just before school and getting into school is getting a lot more challenging. And this week, I believe, is the first week I missed 2 buses. So since the new year, pretty much every week of school, we have missed 1 bus. Last week we missed 2, and I'm like, this is starting to trend in the wrong direction, really, for me. So
I'm gonna recommend a little simple psychological trick.
Okay.
Twice this week, Frankie went to school by alternative methods. And 3 times this week, Frankie went to school via the bus.
Yes.
If you reframe it in the positive, right? Because yes, you missed the bus, and there might be people screaming at me going, it's not participation awards. Just you missed something, it's okay. But if you're putting it in your mind like that's a failure or that's a negative, do you know what I mean? Like, it can't be good to think, oh, it can only bring stress. And I think it's important to note that certainly it doesn't seem like, unless you're going to tell me different, that this is a defiance. It feels what I mean is,
I don't know. It might be
a defiance to not go to school.
So I don't.
Frankie is enjoying school, right?
Yes,
Or
once he's there.
getting on well at school. Yeah.
So when he's there, part of me thinks it could be like a small bit of defiance / exerting control and knowing that he has a little bit of potential power, because, but the other half of me is I can see him sort of stimming around the living room, listening to what I'm saying, and he's just like, I'm just not mentally ready to get dressed to do this.
Yeah.
Probably 80% of the time, when the bus turns up outside the house, I go, look, who's here? Bus is here. Dad's been saying bus is coming. And he'll look at me, and then he'll get dressed and we'll go. But the days where he does look like spoiler alert, for it happened again this morning, which is technically on our new week from our pod. We're up from, he's up from like 5, 5:30, 6, depending on, but we're up for hours. I've started the process of asking him. I followed him around the living room for like 40 minutes this morning. I was feeling like, more often than not, if I start earlier, we kind of get to the point with 5 minutes to spare, we can relax a little bit. But he just had no inclination to want to do it. And I can't force him, nor should I have to force him. No. Like some people about, you could just like grab his hand and try to. he just curls up into a ball. If I try to apply any kind of,
of course,
just do this, he'll just crouch down, get into an uncomfortable position, or he'll just run away. I've only got 2 hands. Sometimes I wish I had 4. And I think that's just parenting in general. You like, just wish I had more hands right now.
Agree.
Amy does have a day off in the week, and when we're both in, I think he's only missed the bus once when we've both been in, but that's happened. So even having an extra person to kind of help, and it doesn't always work. But
has the fallback? I mean, we're searching for meaning here, but actually, what it is,
when there might not be any at all. Yeah,
But what is the backup plan always the same? It's like your folks.
No, not always.
Okay. So that's good, because what I was going to say is, if his behaviour was, I don't get on bus, Nanny takes me or whatever, and I like Nanny's car, less people, or some sort of like sensory thing of where they sit or whatever. So that's good in a way.
Yeah,
that you're having to go. So let me ask you this: has Frank always got to school?
Yes.
So that's really good learning and transitioning, right? Stressful for you,
Yes.
but you've been able to manage to get him to school when he's not got his regular routine. And here's the routine for.
Yeah.
Has he been particularly deregulated when going to school by alternative methods?
So last week, no. 2 weeks ago, well, we had the amazing "We Beat the Bus," and the bus picked him up on the corner and drove in. The time after that, he took his sweet ass time, let's put it that way, slowly walking into the gate, slowly. Then he didn't want to follow the TA into the school, like out of reception into the school.
Yeah.
So he offered some resistance. I think in his head, he's just like, it could just be, I don't want to get on that today. And I've had 3 or 4 different individuals that have just been around or part of the schedule after school run that have taken him in. So he's kind of had different people. But then in my head, I sit there thinking, I don't want him to. I follow the same logic of why I don't let him have 5 lollies in a day or 6 yogurts in a day just because he wants one. I don't want him to think it's okay to miss the bus because I want X person to come get me. Because one, he can't tell me who that person might be. But secondly, he can't always guarantee that they're around. And I have no issue getting, other methods of transports. But his main thing is he doesn't get dressed. He wants to see how he's getting to school. So I could ring cabs and use apps and whatever, but I run the risk of they might be outside for a little while, which could selfishly hurt our rating. The reasons we get good service and whatever else on these apps is when you've got a 4.9 whatever % star rating,
of course,
you don't get rejected. So if I really needed help in the middle of somewhere, I know these apps would come and get me. Slightly different. So yeah, I formulated a bit of a plan talking to one of my friends who actually was coming to see me. One of the mornings he didn't go in, and he took him in, and he's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're here," because it's someone he would only see like a few times a year.
Oh, amazing! Yeah.
Because I normally see that friend in the evenings when he's gone to bed. But yeah, so I'm just. I don't want it to be. He does go in, and he does go in happy most of the time. Well, I just have no reason why. Like, it's not that we're not up. Like, we are up for 2-3 hours before the bus arrives.
Yeah, I guess it's just
Some days he does, and others
time differently. Like, you can do all the social stories you want. Given time, like, it will just.
I even had the TV off today. I was like,
build the social stories in. Maybe build like the little things like bus today. Like you could show the picture or whatever of the bus that you've got.
Yeah, maybe I get a picture of the bus. I don't actually have a picture of the bus.
So if you've got a picture of the bus, and then you can keep referring back to that bus now. Anyway,
that's a nice idea. Let me try it because I know he can also read numbers, so I could go bus 10 minutes, bus 5 minutes.
Yeah,
bus now,
it's difficult. It depends. My experience with timing and timers and sand timers and stuff, not like horrific, if I'm honest, for Oscar when they were younger, but it's not for every. You met one neurodivergent child. You met one, right? You've only met one. Okay, but it does. There's so many wins smuggled in there. Like no missed schooling, no missed, adaptable, happy to be in your company. Just stressful on you, but that's okay.
It's just frustrating because of the change in him. He'll see my friend, literally, one of the people, they literally pulled up. They didn't even come on a drive. We were upstairs looking out our bedroom window. I said, "That car's to take you to school." And he just looked up at me, took me by the hand, walked me downstairs, put what he was stimming with on the table, then put his arms up, ready to put his T-shirt on. And I'm just like, literally, what changed?
Did it, yeah.
What, 2 minutes ago you were looking at me like...
It feels awful that you've done this deliberately to me and you've just been mugging me off. But that's a very neurotypical way to understand your child, and that's just not happened. It's just, this is the motivation that I needed to go in that way. I didn't realize that was going to happen, and that is a good thing. So,
but yeah, that was my challenge. But a challenge that is ongoing, that is in theory getting more challenging. But we shall see what this week brings, starting tomorrow, because we've already missed the bus today. So, how about you?
took an alternative. You took an alternative method to school.
We did. He actually arrived late today, only by like 5 minutes, but there was like no traffic, no adults anywhere. We turned up for 9 o'clock just because traffic was insanely busy by the time we got on the road.
Nice.
Because we have to pass like 4 schools to get to his school. So if you don't leave by a certain
Okay.
time, you just don't get there.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
Well, we have last week I was talking a lot about control and structure and how you can put in structure, but that doesn't mean someone's going to do exactly the thing and it can stress you out.
Like my mornings with the bus.
Yeah. You can put the structure in, but that doesn't mean that it's going to work. And you have to accept some losses. So we are attempting to get Oscar a bit more of a structured bedtime because sometimes they are beginning to exhibit some very teenage behaviors of staying up because they want to that late and they want to access games and stuff like that. And we aren't really a prohibition household. And what I mean by that is we don't monitor and we want them to learn to confidently put away their social media because the age that they are, the cat's out of the bag. Like it's already there. It's got, I mean, actually, to be fair, Oscar doesn't have much social media, but gaming, YouTube, just using your phone or a device. So we don't put them under strict bans. You'll have different opinions about that if you're listening. It's just not what we do. We've never been that way. Largely because Oscar's gained so much joy and understanding and pretty much learned to read by watching content. So we have to encourage and put a structure in place to help them. So we've always been good at that structure and they've always been good at putting stuff away in a drawer and then going to bed. Sometimes that's been watching Attenborough stuff. Now what Oscar seems to have got in their mind is that at bedtime, they want to go downstairs, ensure everyone is upstairs in their bedrooms. Excuse me. Turn all the lights off themselves and then come back through the house, hence the shadows, on their own. So obviously Laura, myself, Mabel, and my mother-in-law all live in this house. And that's basically asking for human beings to do all of the stuff that they've got to do in an evening, like have dinner, take dogs out, and load the dishwasher, all of the stuff. You're listening, you'll know. But all by a certain time. Because if not, Oscar's not going to go to sleep. And Oscar will come down and make sure that happens.
Interesting.
And a lot of Laura and I are saying, well, it's not a problem. That's a very simple, like if it's by a certain amount of time, a certain time, what we think is Oscar's bedtime, oh, that's fine. I can sit in my room. I'm not bothered about that. But not everybody in the house is like that. So Mabel, for example, has been like, no, I'm doing what I want to do. And my mother-in-law's, been a bit like, well, I've only just decided to do this, whatever this might be. I just sort of got these cards out that I hadn't written and I want to write those. So it's just negotiating that very reasonable adjustment can happen. And the lovely thing is, rather than try to control it, certainly feel like Laura and I have been able to put the structure in place. So we have a time by which everybody should be up in their rooms. And if not, we say to Oscar, it's bedtime now. Oscar will go, okay. And Oscar will run downstairs. And Laura, if Laura's work, Laura usually comes home from a shift at the time that we're saying. And so I was upstairs and Oscar was like shuffling people along. Going, come on, I've got to turn the lights off. It's my bedtime. And yeah, just like step away and let them have the conflict in a good way. Like have the conflict. Well, I'm not ready to go to bed yet. And I'll Grandma, come on, because I need to turn all the lights off. I don't want you to walk up in the dark and the lights need to be off. And just that, negotiation.
I
Luckily
love
this,
that in their head it's like the lights can't go back on once I've turned them off. Like they're off now for
Yeah.
good. Interesting.
yeah. And they've got like a little window above their door in the house. So
They could see.
it is pitch black. Okay. So Laura and I were absolutely cackling the other night because when we're in bed and she was like, "Oh, I've got to go to the toilet." And I was like, okay. She got in, went into the bathroom, which also has like a window above it. She turned the light on. Oscar's door flung open. "What are you doing? The light should be off." And we were like, it's fine. So then we're like having little phone torches to creep around. So, but it's funny, but also if that's what they need, that's what they need, and they're getting decent sleep because of it. It's just
Okay, that's
a
good. I was going
challenge.
to ask how well
Yeah,
is the sleep?
I think they're getting decent sleep. I mean, it's always been the case that all bets are off at weekends.
Yeah, fair.
But
Are they more flexible at weekends with it or not?
yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, interestingly,
So they're making the point they say it's a
like,
school
well,
night. You
what I
want me
mean by
to
that
go
is
to bed,
we won't say Friday. We won't go bedtime.
right?
It'll be a bit more flexible. So that kind of Friday and Saturday evenings kind of helps.
Okay, no, that's very
Um,
interesting. So did that
yeah,
like
so
happen overnight?
that's
Was that like an overnight thing,
um.
or has it been a
I think
slow?
there's a couple of things going on for Oscar. I think it started with, weirdly, I think they've been like playing some slightly more PEGI 16 games with me and a PEGI 18 zombie game with me alongside. We told them that they can only do that with an adult. So, and that's a lot of kind of like dark jump scare type stuff. And they've been watching a few more horror movies. And I think they quite like that experience of like, oh, I'll test myself what it's like to be in the dark. So when they first did it, we thought it might be a bit of that. And they do, when they've done it, they do kind of like do like a run down a corridor and then like a slide up the wall. Like they're back to the wall, like they're
Nice.
kind of like in a, not all the time, but like sometimes. So I feel there was a little bit of that. But I think they might have just got the feedback that like, oh, this helped me get to sleep. So who knows?
Okay.
So yeah, it's good. We'll just, see how it goes. Tune in next week to find out what they've organised.
So your challenge is if you need a wee in the middle of the night, you've got to use a small torchlight or a candle to not activate Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're the age that we are, you will be up in the night going for a wee.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. No,
That's
because
what
I was
happens.
like, again, I was like, maybe this is one of those, sounds a challenge, but also sounds like a win because you're saying it quite happily. So, but I can imagine if you've got
I mean,
you've all got a bedtime now, that must be more of a curfew, it feels like.
it's just the challenge is remembering it's not control. This is the time when everyone should be upstairs in the dark, or in their bedroom, so all the main lights to the house can be in darkness. No, but that's a structure, and if that structure isn't adhered to, then Oscar will have to deal with it themselves. Yeah, interesting one. Cool. Well, other than your win that was smuggled in and my win that was smuggled in my challenge, I'm sure you've got some more things to talk about, as have I. So we'll pop back on the other side of this. Got a question or want to share a story? Drop us a message on Instagram or email us at NeuroDADverse@gmail.com. Look after yourselves. Welcome back in to the NeuroDADverse, where we talk about all the things neurospicy and neurosparkly about parenting neurodivergent children. This part of the podcast is where we discuss our biggest wins. What have you got for me then, other than getting to school by all variety of methods?
So I've got a 15-second win, which was really sort of just profoundly lovely, and then I've got my main win that I've kind of alluded to. So
Cool.
my small win in 15 seconds came Friday, I think it was. Post bath after school, getting dressed. We have a little thing where Frankie will go get certain things from the bathroom, bring them to me, and I just thought, I'm just going to say, Frankie, can you just pass me the white vest, please? Off the chair, which he had all of his school uniforms. So he had his polo shirt.
A 10-word sentence, bro.
Yeah, I was like, well,
no shame, but that is a 10-word sentence.
the words I actually said to him was,
"Oh, sorry,
Frankie, white vest, please." So
okay.
4, but still quite a lot. I've never called it. I've never asked him to get the vest, and normally I don't describe the color, but because he's got his uniform, 2 items of one color, his trousers are black.
It was the
white
identifying.
vest. I was like, let's see if he will get it.
Feature.
Yeah, so I was like, did he pick it up because he knows it's called a vest, or did he pick it up because he knew it was white? And I was like, he just literally looks at me, ran out the door. 2 seconds later, came back with it, and I'm like, amazing. I can't believe I just asked you to get, because that was something new. So that was my nice.
Because when you asked, did you kind of go, oh,
I was expecting nothing.
I'm not going to understand that.
Yeah.
I should have just gone like white. Yeah.
Yeah. So
great.
Normally he'll come in and like I'll just say, go get nappy, and he walks off and he goes gets it. So when he came back, I asked him something else to challenge him, and I couldn't believe he actually went, oh, all right, and brought it in. I did ask him today, didn't do it, but he's done it once. He could do it again. So that was my nice little short win.
Yeah, the knowledge is there. The understanding is there. Oh,
and
that's great, mate.
Some people might listen to this and go, you asked your kid to pick up something and they brought it to you. Big work. But again,
no.
Game changing. So he picked up a white vest. It could happen again. We'll see.
Cookie.
It's
Oscar's cookie. Yeah, it's fun.
My big win was one of my 2 days last week where we didn't make the bus. I got my. It was a bit of a double whammy, really. So we missed the bus. I text Amy as I normally do. I just text her, we missed the bus, just so she knows, just because at the time he should be leaving for school, Amy should be arriving at work because Amy walks to work.
Oh, so that anxiety of like,
so just so she
knows leaving the
house
day. And your partner is doing the transport transition. My goodness. Yeah, so both of us have been through that ringer. Sorry, go on.
No, but obviously she's waiting to know because if she doesn't hear from me, she'll just text me to ask, and I'll be like, sorry, babe, was in the middle of whatever. So I just text her, said, miss bus. And she's like, okay, plan. And I'm like, I'm going to start going through the sort of list of backup options that I have. And then she called me and said, oh, actually, my boss, he's late. He's driving past the house. He said he'll take you because her work is only by car. 6-7 minutes from the school.
So good.
So he's never taken Frankie to school. Frankie's been in his car once or twice, but with us,
he knows.
Yeah, because we go to visit Amy at work, so he knows who he is. He knows his car. So, so I was like, he doesn't mind. She's like, no, he's coming. So when he pulled up, we were standing. He was like refusing me for like half an hour. Just walking around. Just wasn't vibing it. Proper stimming. So okay, fine. Was looking out our window to the front. Car pulls up. I said, that's the car that's taking you to school. Then he looked at me, took me downstairs. Within 90 seconds, we're fully dressed. Walking into the car. I had to get in the car first, whilst holding bag, suitcase, everything. So he could climb across me to get across. Drove to school, perfectly happy. And then I was trying to communicate with other family members who I'd messaged first before I knew this was an option, to say, meet me at the school now. Like, I'm not at home, I'll be at the school. And then I was trying to contact the bus crew to tell them, look for me to be on that corner. We're on our way. We pulled up. I said, I'll pull over here. Pulled over. I said, I've just got to get out to look for bus. So I got out. He got a little bit upset and wanted to get out with me. And I was like, okay, fine. Give me a second. This is where, again, I just wish I had free hands at least. Because I was trying to hold his hand and he's trying to pull away from me right on a main road whilst I'm trying to pick up a bag and his coat and shut the door. We managed to do that. I thought he was just going to want to stand there. He took me by the hand and we strolled into school. with everyone else.
Amazing.
I don't know if there was some roadworks I didn't hear before, but I do remember like a bus car or something went past the other week, and maybe that was a bit loud. But he held my hand. We went straight in. We went in with everyone else. The gate was already open because we arrived just at the right time. He's strolling round, got a little bit upset. There was a bit of congestion. I'm like, that's Frank. He can't wait 5 seconds because he's in go mode. He's either not in go mode or he's in go mode. We walked around. All the parents are like, "Oh, what are you doing here? Hello." I was like, "Hello, yes, we've made it. We missed the bus. We're here." Walked around. Even his teacher was like, "Oh, hi, Frank. What are you doing?" I said, "We missed the bus, but we've made it in." And unlike 2 weeks ago when we tried this and it wasn't going very well, and then the bus saved the day, I was then trying to like, "All right, bye, Frank. See you later." And then I'm trying to text the bus going, "We're not on the corner. Don't wait. Like, I don't want a bus full of kids sitting." And as I walked out and we're coming past, they were driving out the school and they went, "Dan, how did it go? Are you all right?" I went, "Yeah, he's gone and walked in, hasn't he?" I was like, can't believe it. Like, was getting a bit like, how are we going to do this? I don't understand why 40 minutes isn't enough to get ready. And yeah,
it's all good.
Again,
it's all good.
Long
That's
story
the thing.
didn't read. It'll be
if you could snap your fingers, if you could snap your fingers and put Frank at that school gate, he's going in.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that like, not to do down or diminish anyone's experiences or who is struggling with transitions to bus or to school, but there are times, and I didn't think we'd get Oscar into school for a long time, and now it's a little bit touch and go, but like throughout it, the getting onto the transport thing, you know, if that was smooth the whole time, but when they got there, they were struggling to go in, you'd much rather have this scenario. So yeah, sounds like a really great understanding group of people who are involved in getting Frank involved in that school.
Yeah, but it was the win because that's someone new who's never taken to school before, but I have been in the vehicle with. But usually Amy's with us as well. And then to actually walk into school, which is something we haven't actually done for about 1.5 years since we've been on transport. I was surprised because normally we'd have to go in by reception, and that can be hit and miss. But so yeah, this morning we had to go in through reception because we were 5 minutes late. All the gates were shut down, and he went in happy as Larry again. So I'm just not sure why he just doesn't want to do the getting dressed at 8 o'clock. But yeah, that was my win. My big win.
Amazing. Good
What
stuff.
about you?
Good stuff. Well, I think I mentioned last week on the podcast that well, first of all, a lovely little short one is that my mum came over for lunch for a belated birthday, and the kids both signed a card for her, and they both came down to have table lunch while she was there.
Massive.
I put lots of structure in place, and I thought, I'm not going to control this. I'm not going to complain if they're late, blah, blah, blah. And she arrived. Oscar, they came down. Mabel, she came down. Laura and I were there. We had some food, and then Mabel had to go do something, and Oscar went back upstairs. But they were there. They both had conversations.
They were there and present. Nice.
Yeah. They were there, and they, it was a table lunch, so we requested that phones were left on the side. They were just engaged, and that's why I put respect in my 3 words, because they really like have a respect for their grandparents. Like, they want them to be okay, and they like to see them. And that's earned often. That's not just demanded.
That's not guaranteed. Yeah.
No, it's not demanded in our house. It's not like you will come down because it's your nan. It's like Nancy, and by the time they're the ages that they are now, it's 15 and 14. It's like you want them to have those positive relationships. So yeah, that's lovely. But the big one related to Mabel, she was asked to play for the school football team.
Oh yeah.
And so she had her first match after school, up where she goes to school. I was able to get there to watch a little bit of it. They only had 11 players, a few injuries and stuff, so it was a cup match. I was under the impression that it was just a friendly. but it was a cup match. They won it and went through 2-1, a last minute goal. Mabel was played in defence, as she enjoys doing. She played left back, and she was given player of the match for and I'm quoting the bit of information that was sent out to like parents and stuff. Because she defended so ruthlessly.
Ooh,
Now,
nice.
Mabel will point out how ruthless this defending was because she has 3G grazes on her knees. She has stud marks. She has bruises on her elbows. And yeah, she's a little battler. But what was incredible to look at her is that she just seemed to have all the confidence in the world. She didn't really know all of because the school's still relatively new.
I was going to say, it's your first
So-
game, isn't it? First game. And to
Yeah,
get
but
that-
she also she just hasn't really made friends with anyone in the team, not for any other reason than they don't do, a lot of them all do the subjects that she doesn't do. And yeah, like it's great. And she just seemed to love it. I love the physical challenge. Now, the lovely win about it, because watching your kid involved in a sport that they enjoy is the win in itself. I didn't care that she got player of the match. Obviously, that's wonderful for her and her confidence. And it's wonderful that they won. And it's wonderful that there'll be another match and she'll play another match. But the big win for me was that I got in the car and I shut the door and I went, right, today is the day. The match fell on a Tuesday. I was like, so maybe today is day when you have football training. Before I could even say training, she went, I'm going. I'm knackered, but I'm going. And I was like, okay, cool. Because actually, you tend to experience your body when it's exhausted that you don't want to do anything. So the thought of going and doing more exercise was a real good thing for her. And it was pleased. And the other great win was like, oh, do you know the age group you were playing? Like, do you know some of the girls on your team? She's like, well, I recognise a few from my year, but I don't really know everyone. I went, yeah. I said, it was under 16s, Mabes. She went, what? I was like, yeah, it's year 10s and 11s. Like, that was that competition. You were effectively playing up a year because you could fill your whole team with just year 11. She went, was there?
Nice.
Didn't seem like it. And you know, when like you can tell a kid, you work with teenagers quite a lot, so you can tell when they're kind of sitting with a bit of confidence. So it's not often that happens at the moment for us. A bit of self-belief and a bit of confidence. So yeah, love it. Just
That's
lovely.
splendid, mate. That's awesome. Yeah, brilliant.
And I had a busy day at work, so I wasn't really. It was one of those kind of things where it's a really nice thing that since she's moved schools, I tend to forget that she's at school. If that makes sense, because we had such a long time without her attending and have really difficult challenges. That I would think about her being at school all the time of my day. So I kind of finished the day and was like, right, what's happening? Oh, it's that day. You know, one of those busy days. So yeah,
Nice.
lovely stuff. Some more bits and bobs coming up to do with that. So yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
joyful sporting business. But yeah, we should probably spend a bit of time thinking about what's coming up in our next 7 days, because it's our fun danceable section of the podcast. Look ahead to the week ahead. It's look ahead to the week ahead. Cool. Anything huge on your calendar this week?
The only item that I would claim is huge this week is that we've got parents' evening, Tuesday night.
Oof. Is it in person or online?
In person.
Oh, old school.
Yeah. What I do appreciate about Frankie's school is all their meetings are in person. They
Okay.
might not be as often, but they're in person, and I'll take
cool.
little.
Actually, to be fair, I imagine quite a lot of primary is. I'm only say online because that's what it's like in the secondary sector, certainly where I am. Okay, cool. What
Otherwise,
form does that take?
So
Is it
it's
like
10-minute chat.
Okay.
We've got the first appointment they offer after the school
Cool.
day, so Frankie
Just
will
gonna
come
meet
home,
them
and
there?
my mum will be here for Frankie because he gets
Oh,
transport.
no, Frankie.
And then no, we don't take
Okay.
Frankie at all. They say you can, but because he gets transport, it's just another transition.
Yeah, of course.
And he gets cranky as the day goes on, does Frankie? So it's better to just let him come home and let Nanny. And he's been.
That's not a nickname I'm allowing to slide, by the way.
I
I'm not
love
going to say
calling
them
him
next to
Cranky
each other.
Frankie. Yeah.
No, do you?
Yeah, okay, you're a little bit cranky, Frankie. Calm down. But if you don't like it, I won't say it to you when you're around.
No.
But he does
When
get cranky,
appropriate, I
believe me.
guess it's fine. I don't want it to be the thing.
Yeah, I suppose that's better than narky nuts. I started calling him the other day when he gets tired. But yes, other than that, it's a pretty. I'm hoping it's more of. I've just put standard week because we don't like using the word normal on the podcast, do we? But we're not out every day.
Only
One of us
because I
doing
don't.
stuff.
If only because I don't really know what it means.
No, yeah, true, but it's
What is?
also what is that? So then that's it, and it's World Book Day on Thursday. And actually, while I'm here, you've given me a look. While we're here, I have a correction to make. So,
Oh no!
after I've been editing the social clips for the last couple of shows because I have not been posting. I'm sorry, people, but life has just been very busy. I haven't been posting a lot of our little clips on our socials, but that will change. So, I said it was dress to impress day at school.
Oh yes, I had a rant.
Yeah. Two technically were big rant and then a sub rant a later week, but an absolutely brilliant example of my undiagnosed neurodiverse brain.
Okay.
It was actually dressed to express. I just read it wrong.
Oh, that's exactly what it should be.
So yes, it was
nice.
dressed. And when I looked at my phone,
dress yourself to express yourself. Yeah, I love that.
So yeah, so you went off for two rants technically because
to be fair,
I just misread.
I think it's fine. I think that there is probably a school, at least one school somewhere, saying it's dress to impress day, and I think that rant is perfectly good.
That's me.
Yeah. So World Book Day.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a encourage dress up or no?
Yes, the school definitely encourage, and we are going to attempt to have to do a bit of recycling just with so it's not something new. I'm going to try and dress him up as a minion because we've done minions the last few Halloweens and he likes it because of the goggles. Yeah, it's a jumper and trousers which he's used to, but the goggles can make him smile and make him laugh. So
lovely, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, we staff are being encouraged to dress up at my workplace.
Okay.
They
Ideas?
want different departments to dress up as all characters from a particular book.
Okay.
Not done that yet. Not sure.
Well, as in you've not done.
There is also Science Day. There is also Science Day, which our school is doing at some point this term, which is dress as an element day.
Oh, amazing!
So I jumped straight in and put my name next to lithium. I'm just going to dress as someone from Nirvana because of the song Lithium.
So you said
and I'm going to have a little card with lithium in. With the lithium thing, and they can say, "Oh, who are you?" And I was going to pull that out, and you either get the reference or you don't.
You can go dressed as a battery. That'd be nice.
I mean, I've somewhere in the house there is a Nirvana t-shirt,
or just put like double A or triple A,
and I've got a plaid shirt.
Yeah. You've gone for the easier option.
Maybe I should make a necklace out of batteries. Dan, that is good.
Yeah,
maybe.
Anyway, love that. Definitely see a picture of that.
Yeah, I might work it out. I'm gonna wear a beanie. I'm not gonna go wig. But our week ahead, coming up Mabel's got a cup final now on Friday for her school, which is exciting.
So are you saying her first game was a semi-final?
Don't really. I have to be
Or is
honest.
it a different competition?
Yeah. All good questions, Dan. Not ones I know the answer to, but I just know that she played in one game and was good. They haven't said don't be in the squad. She is in the squad for the final because obviously she joined the school halfway through the year. So, and it'll be something that she can carry hopefully into to year 11. And yeah, the regular like Tuesday outside of football training. Monday evening she won't have singing this week. Oscar and Laura on Thursday go to an annual EHCP review. So
is that after school or during school? We do. We've always done ours in the school day.
Yeah, it's in the school day. It's the start of school. So
okay. If that goes well.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see what's best for Oscar in that way, shape, or form, because we've done them so many times. It's such a long process and over such a long period of years that now what are the
working goals?
What are the child's requests and needs? It's really something that Oscar is going to be able to answer given the right structure. So I do look forward to that feedback.
Yep. Hopefully they structure it in a way where they can do it. Positive energies. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they will definitely be able to be advocated for by Laura. So, but yeah, we're just rolling with the punches at the moment and just seeing how they want to do.
Brilliant.
Yeah, cool. Very, 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 very nice. Right, cool. Just leaves me to wind this podcast up. If you are listening and you'd like to get in contact and you'd like to say anything at all about parenting neurodivergent children, or you want to come on and talk to us about your wins or challenges, or you just want to get involved in any way, shape or form, please hit us up on social media. We have a TikTok and we have an Instagram, or if you want to do something a bit more long form and email us, we are the NeuroDADverse@gmail.com. I say this every week, and it's really, or most weeks, I say it's really important. This is a real tonic for me to sit down and chat about the week and parenting our very awesome, incredible, sparkly and spicy children. And I love hearing about Frank, and I know that's the same for you, Dan. So we would probably do this anyway, but the fact that we have numbers that all of the people all around the world have listened and downloaded and watched and all that stuff is quite honestly bonkers, but we love it. And so thank you very much. Do get involved and do send us messages. We massively appreciate that. And to all of you, there are 3 things I would like you to remember. I can't remember them, but Dan's going to tell you.
So for everyone listening out there, you're awesome for staying this long every episode to hear that you're doing great, you are enough, and you're certainly not alone. Win the week.
See you guys later. That's about it for the NeuroDADverse. We'll be back next week.
If you laughed, cried, or nodded in tired agreement, don't forget to follow us and leave a review. It helps more parents find us.
Just remember, you're doing great.
You are enough. And you are definitely not alone.
Got a question or want to share a story? Drop us a message on Instagram or email us at NeuroDADverse@gmail.com. Look after yourselves.